My name is Ethan. I used to work at a big company, a logistics firm, nothing fancy. I was just an ordinary employee. Every morning I woke up early, kissed my wife Maya, hugged my 2 kids, and took the same train. Same seat. Same view. I stared out the window, quiet, thinking about bills, debt, and deadlines. At work, I said good morning. I smile, but no one really noticed. My boss, Mr. Grayson, was cold, sharp, loud. He never liked me. In meetings, he pointed fingers. He said I was slow, that I wasn't enough. Fix it. Don't mess it up, was the most I ever heard. Never thank you. Never good job. People laugh sometimes. I didn't. I kept my head down. I worked harder. I had a family to feed. 2 small children. Maya stayed home to care for them. Rent, bills, groceries. I made it work. Barely. My shoes had holes. My back hurt. But I said nothing. I just kept moving. Maya asked, "Are you okay?" I smiled. I'm fine. Even when I wasn't. Lunch was always the same. A sandwich. Water. Deep breaths. I sat alone. Everyone else had friends, jokes, laughter. I had silence, stress, deadlines. Each hour was pressure. Each minute, work. Each second, fear. Fear of losing everything. And then it happened. A small mistake. A number typed wrong in a file. Easily fixable. Not a big deal. But Mr. Grayson didn't care. He called me in, his eyes sharp, his words final. "You're done. Pack your desk." Just like that, I was nobody. My hands shook. My face went cold. No one looked up. No one said anything. I grabbed my things, a photo of my kids, and left. Outside it rained. My jacket was thin. My heart was thinner. The world felt louder. My thoughts screamed. My phone buzzed. It was Maya. She asked, "Where are you?" I said, "Coming home." I didn't cry. Not yet. I drove in silence. Red lights lasted forever. Streets felt endless. And my mind was full of fear. Maya opened the door. She looked at me. And she knew. She didn't ask anything. She didn't panic. She just held my hand and said, "We'll be okay." I sat down. The kids were asleep. The house was still. But my soul wasn't. I told her everything. She listened. She didn't blink. Then she smiled and said, "You didn't fail. They failed to see you. They failed to respect you." She held my hand. She wiped my tears. She kissed my forehead. "Now it's our turn," she said. She was calm, brave, strong for both of us. And in that moment, something deep inside me shifted. Woke up. I was tired, yes, but not finished, not broken, because Maya believed in me. That belief lit a fire. We didn't have money. We didn't have a plan. But we had each other. That was enough. "What now?" I asked. "Now we begin," she said. That night we didn't sleep. We sat and talked for hours, tea in our hands, ideas in our hearts. We had nothing, but we dreamed. Open-eyed, fearless. I knew the industry. I knew the gaps, the problems. "Use what you know," Maya said. "We need I knew the industry. I knew the gaps, the problems. Use what you know, Maya said. We need money, I said. She stood up, left the room, came back with a box. Inside, her old jewelry, saved for years, special, precious. Sell it, she said. Start with this. Build slow. We'll figure it out. I didn't want to. I felt guilt, shame. But her eyes were steady. She believed in me more than I did, more than I ever had. The next day, I sold the jewelry. Just enough. I bought a laptop, printed cards, got a phone line, rented a desk in a shared office. It was gray, tiny, but it was ours. I made calls, sent emails, reached out to old clients. Most didn't reply, but one did. He remembered me. You worked hard, he said. He gave me a small order. It didn't pay much, but it meant everything. I double-checked everything, packed it myself, delivered it with care. He was happy. He told someone else, then another. And soon I had 5 clients. Maya helped. She answered phones, made lists, organized papers, brought food. Some days were silent. No calls, no orders. I sat there thinking, what if I fail again? But Maya always walked in, kissed my cheek and said, keep going. Her words lit the dark. Weeks passed, then months. Work grew, slowly, but steady. We bought a better chair, a second desk, a shelf. Clients liked us. We were honest, quick, kind. We didn't overpromise. We delivered with heart. One night, counting coins, paying bills, Maya smiled. Look how far we've come. I smiled back, eyes wet. The kids still shared a room. We still cooked at home, but we were okay. I felt alive. We named it E&M Logistics. E for Ethan, M for Maya. We made a logo, printed flyers, built a simple website. I still wore the same shoes, but I stood taller. Each mistake taught us. Each delay tested us. But we kept moving. Then, our first big client. Real money. Real trust. I was nervous, but I believed in us. They signed. A month of orders. It changed everything. We bought new equipment, hired a helper, opened a tiny warehouse. The kids noticed. New shoes, better coats. Maya got new pans, a kettle, curtains. We weren't rich, not yet. But we were steady. We were proud. At night I whispered, thank you. Life wasn't easy. Deliveries got delayed. The truck broke down. Storms hit. But we faced it, hand in hand, with faith, with love. We didn't just want to survive. We wanted to build something better. Kinder. We wanted a company that respected people. No fear, no shouting, no silence. Just work, with dignity. We didn't rest. We worked. Every day. Maya packed lunch, handled clients. I planned routes, drove long hours. Sometimes we laughed. Sometimes we sat in silence. We hired Noah, a quiet young man. Hard-working, loyal. He reminded me of me. One day, I found him sweeping, smiling, humming. You okay? I asked. Yeah, he said. I like it here. That moment stayed with me because I remembered what it felt like to feel invisible. And now he felt safe. More clients came. Our name spread. We didn't spend on ads. Our work spoke. Trust was our currency, and we earned it. One month, we got overwhelmed. Too many orders. Too little time. I panicked. Maya stayed calm. We called every client, offered discounts, stayed late. Noah brought coffee. Maya made sandwiches. We worked until 3 a.m. We delivered it all. Not perfect, but honest. One client said, "You're the only company that calls back." That hit deep. Respect. Something I never had. Now I gave it. It came back. We hired 2 more, Lena and Tom. Smart, kind, bright. We trained them, listened to them, ate with them. We were a team. No, a family. At home, things got better. Walls got painted. The sofa replaced. The kids laughed more. Maya sang again. I felt proud. Not of money, of peace. Then, an email from a name I knew. Mr. Grayson, the man who once fired me. His company was crumbling. They needed help. I stared at the screen. Froze. Maya walked in, saw my face, read the email, smiled. Well, we talked for hours. Should I respond? Should I walk away? It wasn't easy. But Maya said, "This isn't about him. It's about you, what you've become." I answered the email, calm, clear. They sent documents, photos. The company looked broken, tired, afraid. They asked for a meeting. I said yes. I walked back into the office I once feared. Same hallway, same smells, but I was different. Mr. Grayson looked older. He said, "You've done well." I nodded. "Thank you." He offered something big. "Would you consider buying us?" I froze. He offering me his company? I didn't feel anger or joy. I felt peace. "I'll think about it," I said. Later, Maya and I sat in silence. She said, "Maybe this is your moment." And it was. Not about revenge, not about pride, but about legacy. We bought it, together, walked in, not as employees, but as builders. The staff looked afraid. I understood. I stood before them, said, "Hi, I'm Ethan. I once worked here." Silence, then curiosity. I told them the truth. I was treated badly, but now we start again. Some smiled. We cleaned, together. Noah painted walls. Lena brought snacks. Maya fixed lights. We rewrote the rules. Fair pay, rest, respect. Not magic, but real. And real was enough. People smiled again, helped each other, laughed. One said, "No one ever asked me how I was doing, until now." We fixed machines, trained staff, listened. Maria, a longtime worker, had great ideas. We made her a leader. Clients noticed. Orders came. Mistakes dropped. Gratitude grew. We didn't boast. We just worked. Every Friday, short meetings, long applause. One time, George fixed a co-worker's bike. We thanked him with a small gift. Small acts, big meaning. They told us what they needed: better tools, more brakes, transport help. We listened. We acted. In 6 months, everything changed. A big client visited, asked, What happened here? I said, people happened. When you respect them, they rise. That quote went viral. More work came. We trained for life, not just work, budgeting, English, computers. Even older workers joined. One man learned to write his name. He cried. We clapped. One morning I walked through the factory. Quiet, peaceful, coffee brewed, music played. People smiled. In my office I saw a note. Thank you for helping my dad smile again. Love, Mia. I paused, breathed. Joel knocked. Meeting in 5. Others joined. They led the meeting. Not me. That was real success. Later, school kids visited. One asked, "Were you always the boss?" I smiled. No, I started like you, lost, small, but full of hope. He gave me a drawing. A man in a cape beside a factory. It said hero. I didn't correct him, because maybe kindness is the real superpower. That night, Maya and I walked in silence. Stars above. You did it, she whispered. I smiled. We did it. At the gate of the factory, there's a new sign. Respect builds everything. Below it, our name. People stop. They read. Some take photos. Some just smile. And every time I see it, I remember where I started and why I never stopped. If this story touched your heart, share it with a friend. Read it out loud to practice your English, or write your own story of starting over. Let's keep learning, building, and believing together.